So welcome to the second part of today's lecture. And in first video we discussed the definition of voice, types of voice, and how to change voice of indefinite tenses. And now we'll see actually how to change voices of continuous tense. So first we will talk about present continuous tense, how to change the voice of present continuous tense. So if you find any sentence that goes with the structure of present continuous tense, that very time what to do. So usually the structure of present continuous is subject, emiser, verbs, ing and object. V1 then ing then object. So if you want to change it to passive voice, that very time you need to take the object at the beginning, then along with the subject, according to subject you will take emiser. As it is continuous you will take being, then after being it will be V3, then by, then objective form of the subject. I repeat, you listen carefully. So in case of present continuous tense, or the structure, subject, emiser, verbs 1, ing, then object. So if you want to change it to passive voice, so first take the object at the beginning, then take emiser, then being. So as for passive voice, always will be B3, so no point to be confused about it. Then take by, then objective form of the subject. Are you getting? So now see the example. She's singing a beautiful song this time. So if you wanna change it to passive voice, what the object? So a beautiful song. So you will make it subject. Means it will take place at the beginning. Then it's continuous tense. So am is are from this a beautiful song. Is go with this. Is goes. So is, then we'll take being, then B3 sung, then by, then objective form of the subject her and extension. So she is singing a beautiful song this time. So it will be changed to a beautiful song is being sung by her this time. So did you get it? I am to sum up this. Just remind it, in case of continuous you to take being, and as for passive voice will be B3 there. So along with subject, according to subject you to take am is are, then object, then extension. So she is singing a beautiful song this time. So a beautiful song is being sung by her this time. Got it? Well, now let's talk about past continuous tense. So what will happen if you find past continuous tense, you are to change it to passive voice. That very time we to know the structure of both tenses. For active voice, the structure of past continuous is subject was were, then verbs B1, then ing, then object. So if you want to change it to passive voice, that very time object will be at the beginning. Like you'll make the object subject, then we'll take was were. So as it is continuous, you'll take being. So object was were being. Then for passive voice B3, then by, then objective form of the subject. So see the example, then it will be clear to you. The teacher was reading newspaper. So if you want to change it to passive, so if you have to make the object as subject, means object it will be at the beginning. So newspaper, so was or were. So for singular subject you will take was. So newspaper was, as it is continuous you will take being. So B3 read by the teacher, by, then object. So for past continuous, what to do? Active voice of past continuous, subject was were, verbs ing, then object. If you want to change it to passive, object will be at the beginning, then was or were, then being, then B3, then by, then subject. The teacher was reading newspaper. So newspaper was being read by the teacher. Are you getting? Hopefully you got it. It's not that much difficult. Let's move to next rule. It is about future continuous tense. So as the structure of future continuous, in active voice it is subject, shall or will, then be, then verbs 1, ing, then object. So if you want to change it to passive voice, that very term will be being there. Shall be will be as it was, then being will be added, then B3, then by, then subject. So for future continuous tense, voice goes subject, shall or will, then be, then verbs ing, then object. So if you want to change it to passive voice, that very time object will be at the beginning, then shall be will be, then being will be there, then B3, then by plus subject. For example, they will be playing chess this time. So if I change it to passive, so chase will be at the beginning, so will be, then being will be here, then b3 of the verb played by, then objective form of the subject they them this time. So they will be playing chase this time, so it will be changed to chase will be being played by them this time. So we learned how to change voice of future continuous tense, means along with shall be, will be, we take been, then b3, then by, then subjective objective form of the subject. So they will be playing chase this time, so you can change it, chase will be being played by them this time. Are you getting? Hopefully you got it. So we discussed present continuous, past continuous, future continuous. So now we'll have a review of the entire lesson. First it comes the definition of voice. So voice, definition of voice says, so voice tells us whether the action is done by subject itself or it faces the result of action done by others, means it tells how the action is done, whether it happens directly or indirectly. So if it happens directly, we call it active voice, and if it happens indirectly, we call it passive voice. So in active voice, the verb agrees the subject, it means the subject is active. And in passive voice, the verb agrees the object, it means subject is passive, means subject doesn't do the action directly, action is done by the others. So here subject is passive. This is the types of voice. Then we learned some common rules. So this is the pronouns changing from active to passive. I will be me, we will be us, you, he, him, she, her, it, they, them. And always, in case of passive voice, maybe if you want to change from active to passive, verbs form always will be b3. Then we learned how to change voice of present indefinite tense. We know the structure of present indefinite: subject b1, s or es, object. So if you want to change it, object will be at the beginning, then according to subject we will take am is there, then b3, then by plus subject. She helps the poor are helped by her. Then it comes past indefinite tense. In this case we learnt as a structure of active voice: subject b2, object. So if you want to change it, object will be at the beginning, then we will take was or were, then b3, then by, then subject. So they played football in the evening, so football was played by them in the evening. Next it comes future indefinite tense. So we know that future indefinite structure is subject, shall, will, b1, object. So if you want to change it, object will be at the beginning, shall will be, then be, then b3, then by plus subject. So we'll take lunch now. So lunch shall be taken by us now, or lunch will be taken by us now. Then we came to know about continuous tense. In case of continuous tense, keep in mind one thing, that always will be being there. So subject, she is singing a beautiful song this time. So a beautiful song is being sung by her this time. Then it comes past continuous tense. Active voice, it comes subject was or were, b1 ing, object. So if I want to change it to passive, it will be object was or were, being, b3, by plus subject. The teacher was reading newspaper. So newspaper was being read by the teacher. Next it comes future continuous tense. Active voice, subject shall or will, be, verb ing, object. And passive voice, object shall, will, be, being, b3, by subject, object. So it comes, they will be playing chase this time. So chase will be being played by them this time. So that's all for today's class. Thank you so much. Keep fine.